Ukraine launched massive attacks in Sumy, but this time Russia was prepared. It's day 900 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Starting from the Sumy Front. After the Ukrainian offensive was stopped by the few Russian reinforcements, Ukraine, understanding the need to capture key areas, launched several massive assaults. Attacks were launched in every axis with the key objective of rapid deeper penetration. At Zaporizhzhia, previously we saw how Russian special forces pushed Ukrainian assaults back after they tried to bypass Maryinka, and were even able to push Ukrainian forces from these two villages. However, as I said earlier, Ukraine needs to capture this city before the Russian reinforcements arrive. Because if they don't, then their newly built defensive positions will not stop the Russian counterattack. So their goal would be to capture this city and turn it into a fortress. However, until now we saw how small Russian units have been able to stop the Ukrainian advance within the city. So Ukraine this time decided to attack with massive forces in several directions. First we will look at the Zaporizhzhia axis only, then we will move to others. Ukrainians here started attacking towards Cherkasska with support of several tanks and armored vehicles, and also simultaneously launched a similar big push towards Makhnovka and Playkava. Their objective was to sneak past the Russian defense and form a big encirclement. At southeast, Ukrainian forces after crossing the river were able to take these two areas under their control. But further attacks were repelled by Russian forces. However, this would be their last advance. At the northwestern flank the situation gets complicated. According to the Russian sources, they were able to destroy the Ukrainian assault on Cherkasska, and did not allow them to advance. This was indirectly confirmed, as we can see Russian forces targeting a Ukrainian tank with lancets. This was roughly corroborated, as Ukrainian sources say their Reckon unit withdrew after giving their artillery coordinates. However, many sources consider this area a gray zone, as we have not seen proof of Russian presence. In addition, as these two flanks were being attacked, Ukraine also launched the attack along the highway. However, Russian sources say it was repelled. But due to this footage, in which we can see Ukrainian units were shelled in this house, many sources consider this under Ukrainian control. But the Russian source with the direct contact from the frontline reports, this footage is a couple of days old. As you can see, there is lots of conflicting info, so I will consider it a gray zone. The major reason for this confusion is we do not have a proper frontline similar to the Eastern Front. And as Ukrainians are bypassing major Russian defensive positions, we do not get accurate representation of the frontline with the geolocation. But as Russia built more fortifications, this confusion will also be cleared. And for obvious reasons, Russians will not provide proof of their presence. Furthermore, the biggest attack was launched towards Lagav. According to the Russian sources, Ukrainian forces were attacking with a strength of more than 15 vehicles. This included 5 tanks, 2 Bradleys and several other armored vehicles. They wanted to rapidly penetrate deep and cut this major highway. However, this rapid assault group was discovered near Kuchik, and according to the Russian sources immediately attacked and destroyed. Furthermore, similar types of assault were also launched towards Koroniva and Snagast, where Ukraine was attacking with columns and several tanks and armored vehicles. However, they were repelled. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, in the past 24 hours, they were able to destroy 36 armored vehicles, 10 tanks and 21 other combat vehicles on this front alone. Whether we take these numbers at face value or not, we can get the idea that the Ukrainian offensive has slowed down and almost stopped. It is likely that once Russia builds enough fortification at the rear, we will not be seeing rapid movements of Ukrainians. In addition, more and more Russian reinforcements are arriving. Recently, not learning from their past mistake, footage of the Russian convoy was once again shared. In addition, we are now seeing more footage from the Ukrainian side as well. However, they are still limited. In this footage, we can see Ukrainian tank damaged or destroyed at the left, with their new tactical symbol. This was near the border. Ukrainian forces are now using more of their forces in these attacks. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.